What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Francis Ngaonnou. Get this. According to Eddie Hearn reveals a conversation with Ngaonnou. He says, I want him to fight Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn has confirmed that he has reached out to Francis Ngaonnou to entertain a fight with his superstar heavyweight Anthony Joshua. Ngaonnou recently turned down a deal on the table from the UFC to stick around and defend his MMA heavyweight championship instead of opting to become a free agent and explore other options in the sport. Straight away, his name was linked to some of the top heavyweights, including the likes of Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and of course, Anthony Joshua. And Hearn had this to say. He said, I think he's an outstanding man. I always talk too much, and I don't want to talk too much about what was said. I reached out to Francis just to say, look, I'm getting all these approaches from people. Just tell me who I need to speak to. And the answer was me. I really like that. We would love to be involved in his career. That the Anthony Joshua fight is probably one of the biggest fights that can be made across any sport. He's going to have a lot of opportunities in boxing. It's really down to himself about which opportunities he wants to take and who he trusts to move forward. Because as I explained to him in boxing, you can waste your time. I think he should fight Anthony Joshua. The value really is the unknown. What happens when two titans from the world of fight sports collide? The UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngaonnou and the two-time world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. If he lands one on Joshua, it is the greatest upset of all time. Or AJ completely steamrolls him and you'll see Francis Ngaonnou get knocked out. This is not something I've discussed with Anthony Joshua. AJ's desire to become world heavyweight champion for the third time. Also, we understand that if there's a one-off event to be promoted and there's a chance for these guys to make a lot of money that the public are going to go nuts for, we're going to look at that as well. I don't think Fury's fight for Ngaonnou as much because him and AJ would just go at it. Let me counterpunch. Competition, and more competition. Eddie Hearn has revealed what he said about Francis Ngaonnou because he wants to put his seed into the ground. He's threw his seed into the ground. He's covered up that seed and he's putting water on it and he's waiting for the sun to come up. Okay. That's what Eddie's doing. Okay. Why do I say that? He's trying to compete with Tyson Fury because he already knows that Tyson Fury has been in talks in strong talks with Francis Ngaonnou about being his next opponent in the summer. If that fight doesn't take place, then he will definitely be option B, as you guys can already tell. Okay, because I've done a video on it a few days ago. So Eddie Hearn's trying to put his bid in, to try to be that barricade upsetting promoter that gives Francis Ngaonnou a better option by putting him in with the cash cow. And it's a lot of things wrong with that. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Entertainment wise, money wise, AJ will always, I think, outsell any and every heavyweight. I just said it. I just think that's what'll happen. Maybe not the Franklin fight, but the Francis Ngaonnou fight, sure, it would sell. But I don't think that would be the right fight for AJ because AJ's not accustomed to these tune-ups. I don't even think he would get up for that, and that's not even his mission in the business. His mission in the business is becoming a third-time heavyweight champion. Okay, let alone really the WBC. I think he's more hard up for the WBC than the unified belts because he's had them, he's lost them, he's got them back, and he's defended them again, and he's lost them again. So I don't think that that's the main thing. But I think, Joshua doing this crossover type stuff, I think is really beneath him because in his mind, he's not really concerned about a guy that is not even looked at as a legitimate boxer. I think that's how AJ, thinks. I don't think he looks at that as stiff competition. It may be a dangerous fight due to the fact that he can punch hard or strike hard or whatever. But if AJ does steamroll him, think about it. How much credit will he really get? None. If AJ goes in there and knocks out Francis Ngannou like Lennox Lewis knocked out Michael Grant back in the day, nobody will give him credit for that, just like they didn't give Lennox Lewis. They called Michael Grant a bum and a cherry pick and a hype job. They will do the same shit to Francis Ngannou if he fights Francis Ngannou and knocks some spark out. Okay, so that's Eddie's way of trying to get or be a barricade to the success of Tyson Fury possibly taking on Francis Ngannou. And God forbids the Usyk fight doesn't take place. That's what we're going to see. We're going to see a crossover fight between Tyson Fury, and he will have people fooled again like he's this and that. You know, but I do agree, if any way Joshua and Francis Ngannou fought, I think it will be a much exciting fight just based on the styles. Not coming from somebody that just likes to box and move and grab like Tyson Fury is accustomed to doing. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that he wants Francis Ngannou to fight Anthony Joshua. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace!